Welcome to the Cave Law Podcast. Imagine waking up tomorrow, looking perfectly healthy in the mirror, but realizing your brain's internal operating system has been, permanently rewritten by just a split-second accident.
Yeah, it's terrifying to even think about.
Right. So today's mission explores the multi-layered reality of traumatic brain injuries, or TBIs, and the really intense legal maze that follows. We're using materials from Cave Law LLC, led by attorney Jeremy Cave, out in Aurora, Colorado.
And we really need to break down why a brain injury isn't just a medical crisis, but this massive financial and legal knot that victims, honestly, just cannot untangle alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Because before we can even get into the legal battle, we have to grasp why this specific injury is so uniquely devastating.
It really is a profound shift. I mean, one moment, everything is completely normal, and the next, the entire trajectory of your life is permanently altered, unlike, say, a broken bone where the healing is visible and pretty predictable.
Well, you get a cast, you wait 6 weeks, and you're good.
Exactly. But with a TBI, the invisible nature of it is what makes it so insidious. I mean, it causes physical trauma like sudden seizures or blurred vision, but that's really just the start.
Because then it bleeds into cognitive impairments, right? Like memory loss or just struggling to form words.
Yeah, and then the emotional toll hits. You're dealing with severe depression, anxiety, massive personality changes.
Which I imagine completely strains your relationship.
Oh, for sure. And then, you hit the financial strain. You can't handle your job anymore, so you're facing lifelong care costs and lost wages. It just crushes people.
It always reminds me of a shattered smartphone. Like you drop your phone and the outside hardware actually looks totally fine to anyone walking by.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a great way to put it.
Right. But the internal operating system is just glitching constantly, making daily operations literally impossible.
And because managing that shattered operating system requires massive, lifelong financial resources, victims hit an immediate wall. I mean, the insurance companies.
The human calculators.
Exactly. Insurance adjusters essentially look at a claim for lifelong support and calculate how to shrink that number as much as possible, to protect their bottom line.
Wait, though, if an adjuster is just a human calculator strictly focused on their bottom line, and I walk into their office saying, hey, my personality changed and I have severe anxiety now.
They're going to laugh you out of the room.
Yeah. So how does an attorney actually force them to pay for those invisible damages? How do you put a price tag on emotional distress?
Well, they definitely don't rely on empathy. They use hard math and evidence. A law firm like Cave Law acts as a shield, basically interpreting complex medical reports and negotiating with adjusters so the victim can just focus on recovery.
So they build a financial fortress before they even sit at the negotiation table.
Exactly. They use baseline testing. So a psychologist will test a victim's executive function and prove it dropped by, say, 30% since the crash.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then a vocational rehab specialist takes that 30% drop and calculates exactly how many promotions and raises that victim will mathematically miss out on over the next 30 years.
So something subjective like cognitive lag actually becomes a hard, indisputable dollar amount.
Right. Proving those damages to an adjuster requires a very rigid, evidence-based methodology. According to Cave Law's process, it starts with a free initial consultation to just assess the facts.
And then they do a deep investigation, right?
Yeah, gathering every single police report, medical record, witness statement. They prepare this aggressive, heavily documented claim to negotiate a fair settlement out of court.
But if the insurance company won't budge,
Then they take that proof straight to litigation in front of a judge or jury.
that makes total sense. And it's worth noting, Cave Law applies this exact same structured playbook to other scenarios too, like slip and falls, bad faith insurance, where an insurer intentionally drags their feet, and car crashes.
Yeah, like hit and runs or those really messy spring construction zone accidents around Aurora. The bottom line is, a TBI disrupts literally every facet of a person's life. And when you're fighting a system fundamentally designed to minimize payouts, having an expert advocate is really the only way to level the playing field against these insurance giants.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, think back to that shattered smartphone. The outside hardware looks totally fine, but the inside is desperately struggling to function.
It's terrifying when you really think about it.
It really is. Since the emotional and cognitive symptoms of a TBI, like memory loss or severe anxiety, might not be immediately obvious, how many unrepresented accident victims end up accepting a quick, lowball insurance payout before they even realize the true, lifelong extent of their brain